Hi everyone, how you doing? So it's just a chatty talk about some stuff. I can't remember if I mentioned it in another video or not, but I have decided to make a goal that let me backtrack. Since January 2023, since I first had my first seizure and the many more that have come since, every seizure knocks me about, and a lot of it is it's knocked me around physically and mentally. They've made me mentally strained. They've ruined what little memory I even had anyway. My memory isn't what it was, even though it wasn't much to begin with. But also the physical element. Because after those seizures, that I'm even shaking talking about, I was too scared to go many places by myself, especially when it came to exercise. Like exercise mainly, was just mostly walking and a few chair exercises here at home. And yeah, it scared me that I didn't want to leave the house by myself, but I had to for certain things like appointments and things and work. But I just didn't have the confidence to leave the house just to go for a walk for exercise. Yes, could have bought a treadmill or something else and that, but we don't really have much space for it. We will soon once we get rid of some of the junk we've got. But we had one before and it was barely used anyway. So it's been hard for me to actually exercise, and I'd put on more weight than I would have liked, a lot more. Even though even during that time, I was being on Ozempic, I did lose weight, but not as much as I could have or should have in that time. It's just been really hard for me to get out by myself. And of course, because I don't drive, even if I did, I can't anymore, because of not just from the seizures, other medical issues and that. I probably still wouldn't drive anyway. So even with that, I wouldn't want to go anywhere by myself. So I'd have Matthew take me, or I'd get an Uber or a taxi. And like normally I'd get the bus. Like today I was fine. I got the bus. I got it home from the shopping centre. Matthew dropped me off, but I got the bus home. Now, between the beginning of 2023 and the middle of last year, even probably around about October, November last year, I was still really hesitant. I would not go anywhere. I wouldn't even walk to the bus stop to get the bus to go places, even though takes like a few minutes to walk to the bus stop. If I was going into work, I get the bus stops right out the front of my work. But even then, it was the walking from home to the bus stop that worried me the most, that no one was going to be there if something happened. I'd be there by myself. No one would see me as they go past, or no one would go past, and I'd be there God knows how long. And I used to go for walks by myself a few times a week. And yeah, it just really pushed me back and hindered everything. I wasn't living life the way that I was in the past. I wasn't confident. I just was doubting myself and just questioning everything. And as I said, to come down to it, I was just shit scared. And I kept thinking, what if I have a seizure while I'm on that walk and there's no one's going to be around for hours? What really hit me the most was when last year, when I had one of my seizures, I was on my way to a specialist appointment in the city for my eye. This was before I had the operation, so it was more to the beginning of last year. I think it was last year. No, actually, I can't remember if it was the end of last year or the beginning of this year, one of them. But I had a seizure on the train. Luckily, there were plenty of strangers around, and they were strangers. I didn't know if I could trust them or anything anyway, but they didn't steal from me or anything. But someone pressed the emergency button on the train, and we got into the train got into the city. The paramedics were waiting at the station. But yeah, and I didn't know, I don't know how long I held up that train because they couldn't get me conscious enough, like, to help or to be able to get up and everything. I was just, that freaked me out even more and worried me so much more that whenever I'd have those appointments in the city, Matthew would either take me, it would depend on what he was working, or we'd pay the 60 odd bucks, whatever it was going to cost for an Uber to drive me straight to the hospital where my appointment was, and then get another Uber back. So that it would be like, instead of costing like $10 or something round trip on the train and the bus, a couple of times there we paid over $100 to get me to and from those appointments. Thankfully, I haven't, fingers crossed, knock wood, I have not had anything since March. I think it's either the end of February, beginning of March. I haven't had any seizures, which has been good. So the extra medication that they've put me on has been doing its job. So yeah, I just have to keep remembering to do it now. I do have an alarm on my phone that reminds me at night time when to take my tablets, but because my sleep varies and I don't get a lot of sleep, I need to actually start getting into a routine of waking up at a certain time, going to bed at a certain time. But there are some days where it could be midday before I take what's supposed to be my morning medication. My alarm is set for 8:30 to take my medication at night. Sometimes I don't take it at 8:30. It depends on when I eat. There's sometimes I haven't eaten until like 9, 10 o'clock because I just haven't been hungry, and I don't want to force myself to eat and then be sick. So yeah, it's I've got to get into a routine, make sure I at least eat something. Doesn't have to be anything big, even if it's just a piece of fruit, just as long as I've got something there in my stomach to take my medication with. I've got to get back into a routine of that as well. All right. So now that that's where it is, I decided a couple of days ago I was going to try to get back into some kind of level of fitness. Just a mild level, like a, not, fit like I can run a marathon, because I wouldn't be able to do that anyway. But before all the seizures started, I could easily walk 30 minutes or more in one go. Now, I get breathless just walking from here to the bus stop, and that's only a few minutes walk. So I decided I'm going to start and aim to do 5,000 steps a day, in the hopes that just over the next 12 months, keep like lifting it up a little bit each time, so that I can get to the stage where I am getting to 10,000 steps a day, or at least averaging it. So on the first day, which was Tuesday, I did just over 5,000 steps. So I got that. Day one, I did that. Day two, which was yesterday, I think the only reason, because I did work yesterday, it's most of my shifts are 3-hour shifts. But because of the way my feet are and that, I can't be on them for really much longer. I can do 4 hours at a time, really, being on my feet. But even with that 4 hours, I have to have a couple of breaks where I have to sit down for a bit. And I have the best managers and bosses. They're amazing. Okay, apart from that, so I would have been, they try to put me on what's easiest for me to do, which is being on the checkouts. Mostly a checkout chick. So I'll mostly be on there, or sometimes I'll be in the fitting rooms. But because if it's slow going, like, because we also have what we call the SCOs, is the self checkouts. We also have a staff member in there. But if it's not too busy, then what I'm doing is, because so many people decide once they get to the registers, I don't want this, I don't want that, so it's left at the registers. We have a cage there and some little bins that they put stuff in for staff to return back to the shelves. So because yesterday's shift was actually fairly quiet, I actually got a lot of that done, which meant a lot of walking back and forward. And that's the reason why I did well over 5,000 yesterday as well. And then we come to today, because I was going to think I was going to be getting the bus home anyway and then walking back home, but walking from the bus stop to home wasn't going to be many steps. I had only actually planned to be at the shopping centre for an hour and a half, no more. I was there for more than double. So I was there for probably 3.5 hours. And yeah, I was just walking around different things, because other things would come into my head. Oh, I'll just see if this place has this or that. And there were other things. I was doing just some price checking on different things in different stores as well. So that meant I did a lot of walking. My feet are going to pay for it overnight and tomorrow morning. Yes, I'm going to pay for it. But I need to keep moving and keep going and build up this health journey. I have to stop with all the crap junk food. I have it every now and then, but not a lot. I've got to cut that down. As I said, I would have no problem If you watched my video I filmed before this, which was my haul video, I was talking about the leftover lollies from the wedding. I would have no problem going through all 40 of those that are left in no time. Like, I'd have them finished within a month. But I'm not doing that. I've left some. I've got some for myself and Matthew that we will have there. I bought a jar for them last week. So I've got some of the lollies, that leftover lollies that were there in the jar there. I will put some more in it because I'll keep a few more and I will make them last. So yeah, that's that. I'm just going to do it. I'll have the lollies there if I need them, or if I just want a little treat every now and then. I can treat myself, just not every day like I was. And that was another thing with the seizures. I couldn't do much, so I was bored. And then the issues with my eyes, so I couldn't see, doing things like, I haven't been able to craft and do things, so I'd get bored. I'm an emotional eater. I always have been. For everything, happy, sad, in between, I'll eat. And now it's like I have to really put my foot down and do that. I actually saw an advertisement. I'm going to get, it's a weight loss notebook or journal thing I'm going to get. I think it might have been on Amazon. I'm not 100% sure, but I'll have a look. And yeah, stick to that and do that. So yeah, I've done that. What I'm going to, I also plan to, I will do like a monthly update every month, or maybe every couple of weeks, on how I'm going and how my progress is going, and see how we go there. So so my aim is by this time next year, so we'll just say the beginning of September, next year, to be averaging at least 10,000 steps a day by that date. Right now I'm just starting with the 5,000. I mean, they've been but I have to make sure I have my phone on me all the time until I can get a tracker thing. I just got to make sure I've got the money for that. I might have to borrow the money from another envelope. We'll see. But yeah, that's it. That's my plan, health-wise and everything, for the next 12 months. But I am just going to putting it into small steps. I'm going to take it day by day. If there's a day that I can't, like there are some days where the pain in my feet gets so bad that I can't get out of bed. So part of the thing is, they say with it is to, because I'm bigger, I need to lose some weight. So now, by hopefully being able to do this and building this up with the steps and the walking and doing some more, like I've got some like 2 kilo hand weights and that I'm going to do. And I've got something I bought on, is it Pinterest? Not Pinterest, Etsy or somewhere. I just paid for a digital download of some chair exercises that I can do. So if I do that, like mainly for my upper body and that. There are some things I do every now and then. If I'm wake up, I'm laying in bed, if I'm able to, I just do some leg exercises while laying down. And some arm things. Even if I'm sitting in the chair, sometimes I'll just do some arm things. It's just like punching sort of things, or up in the air, that sort of thing. But if I try to get this weight loss diary, I'll see what it's like on the inside, and that I will keep track of my progress of each day of what I've done. and how I'm going. So yeah, I'm not looking forward. I actually haven't weighed myself. I'm not looking forward to weighing myself. I am one of those that I do like to weigh myself just to see where I am. Yeah, the last time I weighed myself, I was down to 113 kilos. And that is not the heaviest I've ever been. The heaviest I've ever been is 143 kilos. So I have done a good job where I have lost. I've basically, from that time, and it's years where it's taken me to go from 143 to 113. I wouldn't be surprised if at the moment I'm up to 120, between 115 and 120. I wouldn't be surprised. But I'm just going to keep that with me at the moment. I'm going to get on Amazon and check out this weight loss tracker journal thing. I do have a magazine that I bought. I did years and years ago. Well, I did it a couple of times and it worked for me. I did do Weight Watchers, and that's the reason why I did drop a lot of weight when I was at that time when I was 143 kilos. What my weight was when I had started Weight Watchers. I did that for a few years. I did it for a few years. Then I stopped because I wasn't able to get to meetings, and then I started again. And then I stopped for a little bit because I was trying to get myself settled here. It's when I moved down here. And then I would go again, did it again for a while. And the lowest I got to was 110, I think it was. 110, 111. So considering I haven't done any sort of like weight loss program, really stuck to it since then, and that was probably around about 2014, 15, something like that. And then they closed the meeting places where I would go, which was easiest for me to get to because it was close. They closed down that meetings. Now the nearest one to me now, it's hard to do because I can't do mornings because of the way my body works and the way my medication is. I just can't do mornings. If I'm going to be up in the morning, I have to have, even though it's not good for me, I would have to have an energy drink. I don't need to have a full one. I can even go with just a quarter of a can of energy drink. Like the ones I get are decent sized ones. But yeah, I try not to take them unless I absolutely have to. Like if it was one of those nights I hadn't slept and I had to work the next day, yes, I would. I'd have some of the energy drink, but I try not to take it because I really shouldn't. But yeah, I bought a 24-pack from Costco. I have probably about 18 of them left. So I've only gone through 6 of them since I bought them. And I cannot remember when I bought them. No, my sister was here with me. But I'm pretty sure that's going back. Oh no, I can't remember, but it's been a while. It might have even been the end of last year. It was either the end of last year or sometime in the beginning of this year. So yeah, but other than that, that's it. Okay, I've waffled on enough, but that's my plans. Hopefully I can keep on track and keep doing it. and see how it goes. I will check in every now and then to let you know how I'm going. Okay, well, thank you for watching, everyone. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe somewhere down below. Press the bell notification, comment, all that jazz. And I'll catch you next time. Bye.